Well, howdy, howdy, howdy. Nearly Senior Citizen here. Greetings, boys and girls, and welcome to this another brand new day. It is, if I can get my mouse to go into the notification area, 7:58 a.m. on Friday, the 7th of December, and I have a little hamster. She's been running around on my lap and all sorts of places. For a while, when I was writing on here, she was just running around on my chair, and so she's just been a cutie. She's running around being a sweetheart. She wants to go back in her cage though. Oh, her poor little feet dangling. That's why I try to have their feet touch as I move them so that they don't feel like they're just dangling over an abyss. But she wants to go back to her cage, and she's a sweetheart, so I'm going to let her go back. There we go, little one. She still has her Petco box that she keeps as a house because she's still doing very good. She doesn't pee inside of it much. So it's in good shape. Definitely a good thing. And little Janos slash Figmo, he still has his bigger. When I had these two smaller ones, they gave them tiny boxes when I bought them. But Figmo has a great big old box, so he's got a big box that he lives in as his house. He's probably peeing in it. I'm gonna have to get rid of it in a while, but for right now it's still good stuff. Definitely thumbs up. And she's a sweetheart. She's running around, as you saw, being really good. All of my hamsters are awesome. I mean, just, it's not the fact that they're my hamsters that makes them awesome. It's just the fact that they're hamsters that makes them awesome. Rodents are really good. I mean, not all rodents. I wouldn't want a shrew as a pet, you know. And mice aren't, for me, the best pets, though they can be wonderful little critters. No, it's just they're not for me. I started off my rodent pet owning career with some gerbils. And gerbils are nice, but they're not soft. Their fur is more straw-like feeling. And they're very nervous, and they have 2 speeds, off and turbo. And so they're not pick up and play with type critters. Whereas hamsters, because the Syrians are at pretty much the best of times, they're just really derpy and they're fun to be around and fun to let crawl on you and fun to play with, and they're cool. I don't know how they survived this many millions of years, but they have. And it's a good thing. So definitely a thumbs up. There are some other creatures. I can't remember the one name. There's one that's like Jungo or Jurgo, something like that. It's really a terrible thing that I'm mispronouncing it so badly. But they are colony creatures. You know, you don't just get one, you get a couple, and they have a colony. And they're really awesome. They're very smart, friendly, soft, warm creatures. And it's like, that would be really cool. I'd love to have one of those. Never going to get any. I mean, they're expensive, I imagine, and you'd have to have proper cages, and it took me a long time just to get proper cages for my hamsters, so I don't want to have to spend money and stuff for exotic type pets. It's hard enough keeping non-exotic pets alive. Which is, I'd like guinea pigs too, but guinea pigs they're definitely just a fun creature, but not oh, I've got to have one creature. When they're little tiny, when they look like medium-sized potatoes with fur, they're really super cute then. But then they get big and they look like modern-day eggplants, and they're not quite as cute to me. I mean, they are awesome creatures, and I do like them. It's just they don't pluck my heartstrings like hamsters do. I'm also a cat person, as mentioned before. That's why I've got a cat. Amelia is on the floor over here. You can't see her. Here's the plastic bin that I've got to empty out and give her new bedding in there, because it's getting kind of full and kind of fragrant right now. So she won't use a regular cat box, but she will use Aspen. So hey, at least she's doing that instead of like peeing on me or my stuff. Definitely a good thing. Oofda. Oh, and I shaved this morning.
You are just a tenant here, you say? living in and out of this life as cheaply as you can.
Brought my beard a little bit closer in. Kind of too close. I didn't mean, I've got 3 little clippers that I've got. One that's, you know, number 1, that's really, really close. Number 2, kind of midpoint. And number 3, it just shaves at the edge so that your stuff's like that. I didn't mean to use number 3, and I didn't want to use number 1. Thought I was having like number 2 or so. And instead, oops, I really trimmed everything off. So I'm kind of scruffier beard looking than I like, but that's okay. It's life. It's better than, I mean, I liked my beard when it was longer, when it had color. Now that it's, you know, halfway through the marriage with my wife, it had just turned white, and so it just gets scruffy when it's long. My hair has never been easy to deal with. It's been a pain my entire life because it's always been thick and has a mind of its own. It's got finger waves that are just, I just have to let it dry and boom, I've got effortless finger waves. And whenever it got long, because of its thickness, it didn't get long, it got puffy long. And so I just would have an expanding puff of hair. And then, of course, this would get longer and it would grow out in this direction because it's got body to it. Not so much anymore. I've only got like 1/3 of the hair follicles I used to. Which somebody in comments had said, you know, am I crazy or does your hair look browner lately? Well, it's because I've trimmed this down shorter and I'm keeping this stuff down here shorter. Because my hair is so thin, when it gets out to the edges, and it's longer, it looks whiter and thinner because it's physically thinner and less of it, and so it looks thinner and whiter because it reflects that form of light more. When I trim it down like this so it's not quite so scruffy, yeah, you get to see the actual dishwater blonde color in there. I haven't done anything to my hair other than just take my trimmer and just using the what is annoying me today method, just going do 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 clip 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 clip. So I haven't dyed my hair. I do plan still on getting purple as a temporary dye and dyeing my hair for a few days. Thumbs up for that. It'll be interesting at the very, very least. One thing that I haven't wanted to talk about this, but I saw it today, and so here we are. With Tumblr shutting down, and then I have seen this happening, and I can understand why these people are upset. Pedophiles on Tumblr are now, because Tumblr's going away, apparently flooding onto like Twitter and being pretty proud of that. Actually saying, you know, I am a no-contact pedophile. Or they'll say map or no map. Instead of pedophile, you say map. I don't know what map stands for. But if you see someone calling themselves a map on something, that is codename cutesy for they are attracted sexually to children. And so there's a huge amount of this stuff going on, and they're trying to co-opt into the LGBT community by saying pedophilia is a sexuality. And as this one person in this one video has mentioned, and as I have seen by myself in the Twitter feeds and such, it's the LGBTQ plus etc. people are having none of this, and rightfully so. Pedophilia is not a sexuality. Pedophilia is not a good thing. You need informed consent, and a child, because of development of the brain. The human brain does not become set until you're almost 30 years old. And a child, someone who has not yet gone through puberty, their brain has not developed. You cannot physically, literally understand sarcasm until you're over 10 years old because of development of the brain. It isn't sarcasm, it's real. You're not being sarcastic, somebody's saying that. They can't differentiate. So you cannot be informed, and you cannot have consent. The most important part informed consent. A child cannot consent. And whether someone is advertising themselves as no contact or contact, it's no. So, yay. So anyway, the LGBT plus community is having to fend off a whole flood of people that could bring the wrath of God down upon them. And so they're very rightfully going, no, 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 no. We're already hunted down and killed. We don't need you adding to this. So, yay on that. As another minor aside, yesterday, I moved it far, far away. Yesterday, I had been playing my GameCube and was having a fun time playing Metroid Prime. I bought the game for it when I bought the GameCube, about a year ago? And I finally got around to playing it. And it was doing really, really well, and I was playing, and then now when I turn it on, I can't even get video to go out to my monitor. So what's happening? Don't know. I have seen videos of people tying ropes to their GameCubes and then dragging them behind their cars for blocks and blocks, and then turning them on and then having it boot up a game and run. And so I have no idea why that thing that you can't see over there is not working, and it's irritating me. It makes sounds and the disc spins, but no video. Yay. And that's exciting and fun. Is it now? Not really, but such is life. Oh gosh, there was some stuff that I was actually thinking of, and now that I'm here, every time I think of stuff, I forget to write it down, and then when the webcam turns on, I got an empty head. And then as soon as I'm done and I'm editing, I'm like, oh, I should have talked about that. Oh, I meant to talk about that. I've been wanting to talk about this for 3 weeks now. Why didn't I talk about this? So I am sorry that my brain turns off when I turn on my webcam. It is not necessarily wonderful to have an empty head. I mean, it's joyous. Let me see if I can think of the stuff, because yesterday I went walkies twice to Walmart, and I've discovered that if there's a loop that I can make and add at the beginning of my trip, excuse me, that adds about an extra mile to the trip. And then if I come back, if I make that extra loop, then that adds an extra mile onto the trip back. So I can make that 6-mile round trip into an 8-mile round trip. Well, yesterday I ended up making a 12-mile round trip in total, because in the morning time I had to go pay my rent and my legs were aching, and so I just walked to Walmart and back, and that's why I didn't get a reaction video done. It was late when I got back. And then I fell asleep while editing, which threw timing all off. So joyous on that. But then my legs were aching again. I've got restless leg syndrome from the nerve damage, and my legs have, for whatever reason, they just ache when I don't use them. And now I'm at the point where if I only use them once, sometimes my body just says, you know what? You haven't used them today. And so I gotta go out walkies again. So I went and did that. And that's definitely a good thing. I have eaten some actual good food last night too. When I say good food, is I was able to, because I get $100 in food stamps every month. And so at the beginning of the month, I actually eat stuff that's kind of like semi-nutritious. And at the end of the month, I'm just eating stuff that's whatever I can make a sandwich out of, or oh look, a can of roasted artichoke hearts, and then I'm just eating that stuff because it's all I've got. So right now I had last night a bowl of mixed berries and yogurt. Now I eat fresh fruit so infrequently that I'm not going to even try and say that it was bad to spend my money on fruit, because you know what? You need to eat. You need to eat healthy stuff if you don't want to die. because it's garbage in, garbage out. You are what you eat, so I have to try and eat good stuff every once in a while. So last night I had vanilla yogurt with a whole bunch of mixed berries in it, and it was nice. It is good to get your chemicals and your vitamins and minerals in all of their natural form. Nothing wrong with getting them unnaturally. It's just that the formulations that we get for multivitamins are so much that you're just urinating 90% or more of that stuff out. Get your vitamins through your food. It's a good thing. I have, because I watch a lot of Australian and British people now, I did not mean to pronounce it vitamins. I've pronounced things accidentally now. Instead of a soldering iron with solder, I've pronounced it now soldering, and get your solder. So, thumbs up for differences in speech. I've opened up 12 hours worth of comments in my community tab. I am so sorry. I'm getting sick. I know this because luckily it's mild, but I'm fighting something, which is why I keep clearing my throat. I've opened up 12 hours worth of comments in my community tab. Just 12 because it's about 20 page downs of Mr. Beast with a few other comments in there too. So thank you very much for everybody for having left me a comment. You know, good comment, bad comment, indifferent comment. The fact is you left me a comment and it is appreciated. I am counting in American Sign Language. It's a range of about 20 to 25 with my fibro and more. Who knows? And then, of course, I'm not reading the comments right now except for the Mr. Beast stuff. I mean, you can get a whole page of just going, oh, Mr. Beast, just with a glance. So let me call up my Chrome if I can find it here. Foos, thank you very, very much. And Jean Santiago, greatly appreciated. Cyberstar X, thumbs up. Sebastian Robson, greatly appreciated. Anime is life, thumbs up and thank you. Zil IGG, greatly appreciated. Buenos Marica, thank you very, very much. Shane Cathro, greatly appreciated. Nathan Wong, thumbs up and thank you. Pajamas NZ, thumbs up. Jeffrey Aiden, greatly appreciated. A little ooze, and then it's a 1 and then underscore skirt. I know I haven't pronounced that anywhere near correctly. Gearhart, greatly appreciated. IZ, yeah, I say Z now too instead of Z. Watching all these things, it's just crazy. Lars Aloud, greatly appreciated. Edits IQ Gaming, thumbs up. Anthony OG, greatly appreciated. Thumb God, thumbs up and thank you. Kathy Kitscat, good to see you in the comments. Dank Meme, thumbs up. Slinging Bigfoot, greatly appreciated. Ali, no, thank you. Kevin Harara, thank you very, very much. Lawrence Fluck, thank you very, very much. And Streaks GB, greatly appreciated. Each and every one of you as stated to get me out of my head, into the world, dealing with actual people, text, for a short amount of time. Why the air quotes? It is appreciated. I also have a whole bunch of links down below, like Twitter, Facebook, GoFundMe, Patreon.com, and my blog that I haven't done anything on yet, NearlySeniorCitizen.com. Check all those out. It'd be awesome. If you could donate to my GoFundMe campaign or become a Patreon.com patron, like one of these beautiful and awesome people, that would be, yes, you guessed it, beautiful and awesome. But if you cannot donate or you simply do not donate, I take all good wishes and deposit them in the bank of my heart where I draw interest. And if you could toss me a like, I do appreciate all the positive validation I get from my existence. I even appreciate negative comments, but I do appreciate the positive ones so much more. And if you could subscribe to the channel, that would be way cool, greatly appreciated. I would understand if you don't want to. I mean, but if you are down with it, I will do my very best to keep you entertained from now until the literal end of time, which will hopefully be some great years from now, like hopefully at least 20. My mother died at 74. I'm 56. I don't smoke. She was a smoker for the first 30 years of her life, and she died of lung cancer. I mean, I smoke cannabis, but there's a huge difference between smoking nicotine, which kills a life, and smoking cannabis, which actually protects and enhances. Hopefully I'm going to have a game video. Hopefully I'm going to have a reaction video. Hopefully I'm going to have a game video for my game channel. And who knows what will happen. I need to go walkies again. I need to live stream again. So you take care. Have a great day today. I will see you on the flip side, my friend. And that is a very good thing.